Hello everybody. Hello, welcome to watching this recording. And my name is Mandy from Flinders University. I'm the country recruitment officer in the Flinders International. In this recording or in this webinar, it's mainly about the general information about Flinders and also Adelaide in South Australia. And then I'll give a brief introduction of our course overall. And then there will be a focus on medicine program and also physiotherapy program. So first, I will start with our some information about Flinders. So we have approximately 15% of international students in our campus, and it's a multicultural environment with, for example, prayer rooms for different faiths, and students are from more than 19 countries around the world. And we have number one student support services provided by our international student service team. And also we have like a free meet and greet service that we can pick you up when you arrive in our airport or in our central bus station or railway station. So our course is mainly focused on preparing students for their future careers and also their future pathways. There are many work integrated learning, for example, in many of our undergraduate and postgraduate courses, such as like business, engineering, IT, and like education, social work, medicine, and health sciences, etc. They are like work integrated learning, which means that there are placements or internship opportunities inside the course, so that students will have much preparation and also experience in the workplace before they graduate and go into the workplace. And also there are like careers and employability services in the college and also in the university. There are mentoring program that students can join so that they can start networking with the industry and also with key players in the workplace. And also they are like providing information about working in Australia and also preparing them to be future leaders around the world in different professions. And we also have a very strong connection with the industry, and we have a relationship with both local and international partners. For example, in health, medical, and nursing, we are partnering with SA Health. For IT, we are partnering with Cisco Australia, and in business, we also have like a connection with Australian fashion labels. So, which means that we have the partnership and relationship with those partners and the industry players that can provide placement opportunities, internships, or any other programs that facilitate the students' real-life learning and that they can help them to prepare for their career in the future. Our research is also in a very high standard. Most of our research rated is a world standard or above. For example, in our nursing, engineering, and technology research, they are all in a very top world-class ranking. And also in our medical research funding, it's also like the top 10 highest research funding in medical research. So it's a very strong research resources that in the various study areas that students can apply for example, doing a higher degree in research, for example, master by research or PhD program. And it's also having a very good support and resources that students can pursue further in their research journey. Flinders University is located in Adelaide, South Australia. Adelaide is the capital of South Australia and provides you with authentic Aussie experience. For example, like the Aussie way of barbecue, the coffee, the hot Christmas. We like everyone goes to the beach during the Christmas time, or like or other Aussie experience that you can have a taste of when you are in Adelaide. Adelaide is also one of the most livable city in the world, and there is a good balance between city environment and also the like the beach or the hills, and it's not that hectic, not that crowded, and no traffic jams, which is a very good balance and a very good environment for you to study in and live in. It's also the most affordable capital city in Australia. It's relatively cheaper to live in Adelaide compared to other capital cities such as Sydney or Melbourne. So it's also very suitable for students to come in as an international student to pursue their further study or higher degree qualifications. So we are located in Adelaide in South Australia. And on the right, you can see a very simple map about Adelaide. So we have 3 campuses around Adelaide and the surrounding areas. Bedford Park is our main campus, which is south of the city centre, around 20 minutes drive away from the city centre. So it's not far away from that. And we have Tonsley campus just next to our Bedford Park main campus. And it's a new campus newly designed for engineering, IT, and mathematics students. It's located in the Tonsley Innovation District, which have, like, apart from the campus, we also got industries and companies and high-end technologies. And the environment is perfect for those students to have experience on, like, combining their research, academic, and industry inside their when they're doing their study in their profession. And we also got a Victoria Square campus, which is a city campus. It's located in the city center and it's mainly for postgraduate business courses or public relation courses, etc. And you may also see that along our west side of the city is the coastline. So it's easy to get into the beach anywhere from the city. And on the east is the Adelaide Hill area, which we also got the green area around the city around the city and the suburbs. So I would say it's a very comfortable environment with all those natural sceneries and with the, as well as with the city characteristics. So it's a very good balance between these two, and it will be a very comfortable place to live and study in. So this is the overview of our campus and the surroundings. So you can see in the lower right hand corner is our central campus, and then you can also see like a shopping center on the left, so which is the largest shopping center in the southern part of Australia, of Adelaide, and the Gannell Beach, which is a very popular beach area among tourists and also the locals, which is only 15 minutes drive from our central campus. And also the airport and city center is not far away from the main campus. And we also got on-campus living options, which I will cover that in the next slides. So you can see that the environment is really comfortable, and you will have a fantastic view when you are on our main campus looking in the coastline, in the city center, and also along the hill areas. So there are more pictures about our main campus, Bedford Park campus. So on the top left picture is our student plaza and our student center. So on that building, you can have a fantastic view of our the view of overall Adelaide, and the skyline is we call it like $1,000,000 view on that building. And in the lower left is the lake in our central campus, and also there is a footbridge linking up central campus and the Sturt campus, which is very convenient for students to commute. Either like you can walk around the campus, between campuses, or we also got like buses loop around different campuses, and also we have public transportation like train and bus services going between the city center, the uni, and also the surrounding suburbs. Tonsley is the new campus that I just mentioned for engineering, IT, and mathematics students. So it's a new campus located in the Tonsley Innovation District, and they are like collaborative zones and new technology and facilities for students in those study areas to use and to enhance their learning experience, and also they can combine their learning with the like real world setting and also the latest industry development, so as to prepare them well in the workplace, and also they can gain the most latest information about these evolving study areas. So Victoria Square is the city center campus. So you can see it's a big building located in the city center with facilities like lecture rooms and meeting halls. And also it's located just next to the Victoria Square, which is a very nice green area in the city center. So as I said, as I just mentioned, Flinders Living is the on-campus living option, and we are the only university in Adelaide with on-campus accommodation. This provides excellent living option for our both international and domestic students. So for students studying medicine, this Flinders Living will be a guaranteed on-campus living for medicine students. For other students, they will also be able to apply for that, and we will give you like a very rewarding experience with living with other fellow students. And also some students may consider, for example, living in on-campus accommodation in their first semester or first year to get used to the environment, and then they may rent their place on the second year onward, so as to like giving a good transition to study in Australia. And there are more pictures about Flinders Living, and you may pop onto the website to see the latest, for example, the latest price or fees about different accommodation options. And there are two types of accommodation options. One is the hall, university hall, which is fully catered. You can see from the low left-hand corner of the picture. It's a fully catered accommodation option, or if some students want to cook them by themselves, then they can also choose the village option, and it's a self-catered apartment or the studio. And Flinders Village is about border development around Flinders University. So there will be, for example, a train extension. Now the train will run. The train runs from city center to our Tonsley campus, and there will be an extension of the train line to our central campus, and there will be also upgrades in the traffic and roads around this university area, and there are like more student living accommodation places. There will be like health services. There's like more shops and facilities, health centers around that area, which provide building a second hub apart from the city center and serving especially this community in the southern suburbs, and also our staff and our students. So it's very exciting initiative both to our prospective students and also in the wider community, and it definitely will provide like integrating area that we have like learning, teaching, research, living, recreational, everything like in that area. So it will be a very exciting opportunity for the wider community and different stakeholders. So as you can see from this timeline, so we are introducing like road upgrades and traffic, and also the train extension and more connectivity for pedestrians and for cyclists, and also more shops coming up, and with the health centers and every other supporting facilities and student living places. So it's very like you will have more facilities, and it's a growing university and a surrounding area. In Flinders, there are 6 colleges providing education and research and to support student success and research outcomes for different study areas. For example, in business government law, for College of BGL and College of Education, Psychology and Social Work, Humanities, Arts and Social Science, Medicine, Public Health, Nursing, Health Sciences, and also Science and Engineering. So we have 6 colleges providing services in different areas. And there are different study areas both provided in the undergraduate, postgraduate, like a master course or master by research or PhD courses. And those marked with a star, it's indicating that there will be placement or internship available in those courses. So the following slides will be focusing on the medicine programs and also the physiotherapy program under health sciences. So our medicine program is top 2000 is a top program in the medicine school around the world, and we have we emphasize on the hands-on clinical skills and clinical experience from the first week of the Doctor of Medicine program. And our curriculum is a well-recognized and well-structured program that other medical schools in Australia and around the world also adopt our curriculum in their medical school. So these are the programs under medicine, College of Medicine and Public Health. So the two courses for medicine or like preparing students to become a doctor is the Bachelor of Clinical Science and Doctor of Medicine program, and also the Doctor of Medicine grad entry program. So I will talk about these two programs more in the coming slides. The medical program is, as I said, is a nationally and internationally renowned curriculum, and we integrate with the Flinders Medical Center, which is a research hospital just next to our campus. So it will provide it will provide an excellent experience and also the integration of clinical experience, research, and academic. As I said, because we have the medical center just next to our campus, so it's really providing an ideal environment for medical study and medical training. So there are some reasons of choosing Flinders for your medicine program. So it's we have like maximum accreditation from Australian Medical Council, and also recognized by multiple national medical councils. And we have the nationally and internationally renowned curriculum. The housing on campus, like the Flinders living on campus accommodation, is guaranteed for our medicine program students. And we have the medical center next to our campus with an integrative experience and teaching, high quality teaching for medicine program, and is well integrated with clinical experience, academic, and also research. We also focus on or give experience to students about indigenous, rural, and remote center for health, which means that a student will have exposure to different clinical settings, like in the city center and in rural area, it may be different situation and different circumstances. So we give students extensive opportunity or extensive exposure to different kind of settings, so they can have a solid foundation of in their training and to get prepared for their future career as a doctor. There are two programs for, there are two pathways for medicine studies at Flinders for international students. On the left is the graduate entry program, so which means that it's designed for student holding a holding a bachelor degree. So if a student get any undergraduate degree that is finished and they have GAMSAT or MCAT score, they pass the GPA and also the interview, they will have the Doctor of Medicine offer, then they will need to complete that in 4 years. While for the undergraduate entry pathway will be the Bachelor of Clinical Science and Doctor of Medicine 6-year program. So for the year 12, it's designed for the year 12, like the year 12 graduates, and they need to present their grades in the year 12 and ISET score to get into the interview. And then they will study 2 years of bachelor. If they have maintained their GPA that is a credit average or above, then it will be a guaranteed entry to the 4-year Doctor of Medicine program. So the entry requirement for both courses may adjust a bit in every intake. So if you're interested in applying for these courses, you may contact KOM Consultants for further information of the intake you are particularly interested in. In Australia, we have academic year start every late February or early March, and then finish in November, around late November. So if you are finishing your study around June in a particular year, then the next available intake will be the following February. So for example, for undergraduate Bachelor of Clinical Science and Doctor of Medicine, student will have they mainly will need to submit their grades in their year 12 and also ISET score. For year 12 grades, if the student doesn't have the final result yet, for example, they are preparing their application 1 year before the intake, then they can provide a predicted score from their high school for us to do an initial assessment and screening for interview, so that they won't need to wait until the final result is out, and this will also avoid or pretend, or this will also avoid the risk of the course being full, so that students can start their application one year before their intake. For example, if a student wants to get into the course in 2022 and they are graduating in 2021 June, then they may start their application in 2021 February, so that they is guaranteed, like there are more chances to put through application earlier and then get the place, rather than maybe they will have the place already full when they are trying to apply when after they have finished their study. So what we are looking at is the grades of their year 12 and also ISET score. So for ISET score, current requirement will be the 50% or above in the percentile of the ISET results. But if there are any student that having a very strong year 12 but may not be doing as high percentile in ISET, they can still try to put through the application, and then we will consider on a case-by-case basis. And then if a student passed the initial assessment on their grades and ISET results, then the student will be asked or will be invited to an interview. So it will be done by either Skype or our academic staff from our college will fly through to Canada to have a face-to-face interview. So if the student also passed the interview, then they will be offered for the Bachelor of Clinical Science 2-year plus Doctor of Medicine 4-year program. So it's a 6-year in total, and it's a guaranteed entry to the 4-year program, subject to the students maintaining GPA of overall credit in their 2 years of bachelor study. So for the graduate entry program, it's for any bachelor degree holders, and the main thing that we are looking at is the GPA and the GAMSAT or NCAT score. For the GPA, in our uni, it's a 7-point scale GPA. So the competitive GPA considered will be around 5 or above. And we will recalculate your GPA based on your transcript to be transferred or to be recalculated to our scale. And we also look at your MCAT GAMSAT score. And if students meet both requirements, then we will offer interview invitation. And it's not like a definite deadline for the programs. It's more about like a rolling admissions. So again, it's good for students to apply earlier, so that once, if you can meet those requirements, that we can shortlist you to the interview. And if you pass the interview, then you'll be offered as well. So even though you haven't finished your final year, you may start your application in your final semesters, and we will use your current GPA as the in the interim assessment criteria. So these are mainly the 2 pathways to study medicine at Flinders, either by the undergraduate pathway for the year 12 completion students or graduate entry for bachelor holders. So for our Bachelor of Clinical Science and Doctor of Medicine 6-year program, I will talk more about the program structure in the following slides. And for the 6-year program, the first 2 years, student will have more study about like a scientific base of the clinical science. They can choose either from medical science stream or health science stream. So medical science stream is more about like research and also the science-based learning, while health science stream is more about like how health practitioners in the workplace and how the like the public health in general, how that will work in the industry or in the settings. But both streams, either one, student can choose either one, and both streams will allow students to progress to Doctor of Medicine 4-year component. And there are also both core units and electives in the first 2 years, depending on the student's choice on which stream they are going for. And there are also some other medicals, there are also some other topics that is elective for the second year that the student can choose from. And after the 2 year of bachelor study, and if a student has maintained the credit average GPA, then they will progress into the medicine program that is 4-year program, which is the same as the Doctor of Medicine 2-year Doctor of Medicine graduate entry 4-year program. So across the 4-year study, the first 2 year will be mostly university based, while the third and fourth year will be mostly hospital or workplace based. And they are focusing on different areas. For clinical training will be more focusing in the last 2 years, while the knowledge and also doctor-patient relationship will be more covered in the first 2 years. And for studies and health professional societies aspect, knowledge and learning and experience, it will be throughout the 4 years of studies. There are some, so there are highlights of, these are the highlights of our medical program. For example, it's a team-based learning that emphasizes on collaborative learning and the teamwork, which is essential for doctors, like future doctors practice and also their work in their future positions. And there are early clinical skill development. There is a very strong focus on developing hands-on clinical experience from week 1, that student will have the very solid foundation and experience from their first week of study. And also there will be opportunities to interact with and treat real patients in their early stage of the study with our medical center just next to our campus. It will be a handy location for students to have early contact with patients. And also the research, which is a research hospital, and our program is strongly combining academic research and clinical experience. So there will be chances for students to have a project of their choice. There are also electives and like opportunities around the world, like research opportunities and placement opportunities with different kinds of choices that students can choose from according to their interests and also their future plans. And there's also like programmatic assessment, which is like a continuous assessment that student will have a progress testing, portfolios, and learning coaches that they will learn about their strengths and weaknesses throughout the course, and they won't have like a big final exam. Instead, they will have a progress testing and assessment that they can know about their weaknesses earlier, and they can seek help and also progress through and improve. So it's also good for students learning, and also they are like they don't have like a big exam at the end, but in the progress they will have continuous assessment and review of their progress. So it's a kind of like many students, if they are progressing and also they are passionate with study hard and seek help from college if they need to, then most of our students actually will progress and also graduate from the course. There is also a pathway after a student completing an Australian medical degree. There is a pathway to be brought back to the Canadian system and to practice in Canada. So if you have like more, if you need to seek more information about this, feel free to speak to KOM Consultants, and they will give you more information about how that will work out, or you may also contact the uni to have more information about how it will be working out. So here are some pictures about like our medical student, what they will experience. For example, they will have a first week experience from the first week on their clinical skills development, and they also got like practice with in a simulation situation, and then also with placement in their studies. And these are like some pictures about the, for example, doing research observations, labs, and also interactive, like high technology, interactive learning tools for them to better understand and also learn through the progress of the study. So I've mentioned about the admission requirement before in previous slides. So mainly for undergraduate programs, for the Bachelor of Clinical Science and Doctor of Medicine, it's a 6-year program that's mainly designed for Year 12 graduates. And we will look at your Year 12 to convert it into our scale to see whether it's equivalent to our ATAR. And for ISET, it's more flexible requirement that we may change in the future, and students should not be having any university record when they apply for our BCS MD program. So mainly we will look at the score and to shortlist students for interview. So it's no deadline for those courses. It's on a rolling basis. So if a student apply earlier, that is better to get a place if they pass every assessment and interview. For graduate admission for the Doctor of Medicine 4-year program, it's a similar case that is open on a rolling basis. So it's good for you to start your application in around February before your intake. So it's around 1 year ahead. And again, we will look at your GPA and MCAT or GAMSAT score to do the initial assessment before we offer an interview invitation. And once you pass the interview, and then we will also place to issue you an offer. So again, if you are applying earlier, then you have a high chance to get a place if you pass every assessment interview. While if you applying later, then the places may already be filled out, that you may be surprised. So next section of my webinar presentation will be on physiotherapy studies, and it's under our health science programs, and it's accredited in Australia, and we have like world-renowned researchers and also lecturers, professors in our health science programs to facilitate students both learning experience, hands-on skills training, and also research. So we have different health study areas, and today I will focus more on the physiotherapy studies. So there are 2 pathways for physiotherapy studies in Flinders. So for Year 12 graduates, they may consider a Bachelor of Health Sciences Principle of in Physiotherapy and Master of Physiotherapy. This is a pathway course, which is a 3+2 year course, which total could cost 5 years to complete. And for direct entry is for bachelor holders. So if you have a bachelor and would consider further study in physiotherapy, then you may consider the Master of Physiotherapy course, which is a 2-year program. So the course for Bachelor of Health Sciences is they are tailored topic for principles of. So in Bachelor of Health Sciences, students can choose different principles or streams or like specializations. Students will need to choose principle of physiotherapy if they wish to continue further in physiotherapy studies. And they are tailored topics to prepare students for the master program. I think we call it topics. It's just like other schools, like course or subject or units. So we call it topics in Flinders, which means that students will study those topics, individual topics in their semester, which prepare them for the Master of Physiotherapy program. And these topics will fit the prerequisites required for the Master of Physiotherapy program. And also it provides fundamental study in the clinical and social science aspect, and also topics in physiotherapy and the science of physiotherapy in the bachelor study. So in the Master of Physiotherapy, it prepares students for the professional practice in physiotherapy as a physiotherapist. There are very strong focus to prepare graduates on working in different health settings. for example, like contemporary professional issues and evaluation and practice of physiotherapy, and in different settings like rural and remote health, or like in the city center, uh, like different kind of health settings that will give students a very solid foundation of preparing them well to work across different variety of health settings. And also in our program, that is closely integrated with clinical practice. We have extensive clinical placement inside our curriculum to provide students with sufficient hands-on experience for prepare them for their future work as a physiotherapist. And it will be in different sites and settings, including local, national, like in Adelaide or around Australia, in rural, remote area, and different kind of settings. And also it will be in hospital, community, or private practice settings. So students will have experience in different kinds of circumstances and situations, so get a comprehensive understanding and also comprehensive experience in different kind of settings to give them a very solid foundation for their further development and their career progression. So for the bachelor entry requirement, so there is no prerequisites for your year 12 study. So mainly we will focus on your year 12 results, and we assume that you have some knowledge of biology and physics, but it's not like a strict prerequisites that we require to see in your year 12 study. So mainly it's your year 12 results as the entry of this bachelor of health science and master of physiotherapy pathway program. So if a student has a bachelor of health sciences completed with their GPA with a credit average, then there will be a guaranteed entry into the master of physiotherapy. For master of physiotherapy direct entry, the student will need to either complete the bachelor of health sciences in principles of physiotherapy, as I mentioned just now, with the GPA of credit average, or if a student holds another bachelor degree from other universities with other study areas, if they have an equivalent qualification with GPA again not less than 5, or like credit average, or if you have other scale of GPA, then we will look into your transcript and the grading scale to convert that into our 7-point scale to see whether you have met the 5.0 or above GPA requirements. And another requirement will be the prerequisite topics that you have studied in your bachelor degree. For example, the college will look at whether you have sufficient study in physiology, anatomy, psychology or sociology, research methods, and communication skills. So when you're launching your application, you may submit your like the transcript, the course outline, and your certificate if you have completed your bachelor. Then so that the college can look into your transcript and course outline to assess whether you have completed sufficient study in these areas to meet the prerequisites. Also, adding on this, there's no interview for both courses. So as long as you have met the requirements or prerequisites for the master, then we will be able to issue an offer. And again, the application is on a rolling basis, so which means that there is no definite deadline, and we will offer student once the student can meet our requirement. And if there is a student accepting the offer and fill out the places, if the places are filling out fast and it's full, then we will stop offering new offer letter to students. So again, it's better for students to apply early so that they can be assessed, and then if they are qualified, then they will get an offer early in the stage of their last year of study, or in their stage of application process, then they will miss our place in the course. And there are limited places for Master of Physiotherapy and the Bachelor plus Master pathway. And but if the course is still available, we will keep processing application and offering until the course is full. So there will be, and also we don't particularly require any like extracurricular activities or non-academic achievements or work experience, we mainly look at what we have just covered as the assessment criteria. So the course, our physiotherapy courses focus on like neuro and remote health that provides, as I mentioned, that provides students with exposure to different settings. And we have a Flinders Help to Go, which is a student-led clinic inside our campus. And it provides excellent opportunity or excellent environment for students to have first-hand experience under supervision, and is open to the wider community, the staff and the student at Flinders, so that they can use the health services in a discount price, and students will have excellent opportunity to have the experience in that learning campus, in that student-led clinic. So it's a really good setting in our campus to have this provision of services to our community and our staff and students. And our students will also got experience on those clinical settings and with interaction with real patients inside their study. And also we have very close links to our key partners and to provide curriculum support, clinical training, and other like any other support and services. And we have in the clinical sites, we have our staff on the site that we can supervise students and also to lead students about the real setting of learning, and the student will can work as a part of the physiotherapy team during their placements. In their placements, they may be placed in the Have to Go clinic, or they may also be available placements around Adelaide or in South Australia with different settings and different like hospitals or clinics or private setting as well. So to explore students with different kind of experience and also training throughout their study before they become graduate and become a physiotherapist. They are in Australia, at least in Australia, there are shortage on our health professionals, for example, physiotherapists. So particularly in rural and remote areas, so the career outlook is really positive for our graduates from physiotherapy courses. And the healthcare system is also evolving, it's developing, and also there are higher and higher demand. So there must be new opportunities for physiotherapists, and it's really positive and very exciting outlook for this career and also in this profession. Students will be able to work in a various of settings, in for example like hospital, community setting, rehabilitation centers, etc. So students will have a wide variety of choices of where they are going to work in their profession, and is really providing different opportunities and different career progression for their profession in physiotherapy. So this is about the end of my webinar record. If you have any questions, feel free to contact Flinders University, or you may contact KOM Consultants for for their consultation service, and they can give you more information about our courses, or if there are any specific information that you may want to obtain, they can always get in touch with us so that we can provide more information and more guideline or advice to you. And hopefully this webinar is useful and helping you understand more about Flinders University, our courses offered, and also Adelaide and Australia. And I look forward to seeing you and your applications, and maybe seeing you in the campus in some time in the future. And thank you very much today for your time to watch this webinar, and hopefully it helps you understand more. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact KOM Consultants or Flinders University. Thank you for your time today. Bye bye.